Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I also wanted to let you know that not only do I create content here on Class in the Glass, but I also stream content in my Twitch channel, Mr. Revan7. I play single-player games, multiplayer games, and I also do movie reviews and cartoon reviews as well. I also want to encourage you to check out my Patreon, Class in the Glass, where I offer audio commentaries, full reactions for movies, and also the ability to submit questions for my video casts and podcasts. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and enjoy the video.
You were a lord, but now you get to be a thief. And I'm going to show you how. Shoot me. Please. You have to be a warrior. Fast as you can. Faster.
What are you doing to my coat?
Okay.
When do I actually get to, steal?
What else you got? 1,000 pounds for the man who brings me on!
We're all suspects now.
If we get caught, they will kill us all.
Really inspiring. Thanks.
You're not Robin of Locksley anymore. You're Robin Hood.
2018's Robin Hood falls into a subgenre of specific adaptations, chat. And it's this weird fascination that Hollywood has with properties that anyone can adapt, that they're not copyrighted. Like anyone can make a Robin Hood movie, chat. It doesn't matter what studio, or anyone can make a King Arthur film. But they always feel the need to make these movies like every 5 years. Like, because audiences, as we all know, chat, audiences are just fucking begging for a Robin Hood adaptation. That's all what we want right now. Or a King Arthur movie. Or whatever literary characters public domain, chat. They're like, we just need like those films like every 5 years. I don't get it. I mean, I guess I do get it. Like, it's okay, we don't have to pay anybody for this property. It's known in the pop culture zeitgeist, in the literary zeitgeist, who these people are, King Arthur or Robin Hood, all these, various literary characters. But there's, like, how it's been for, like, I say, like, the past 20, if not 30 years, people don't give a shit because you keep cramming this shit down people's throats every 5 years. There are dozens upon dozens of adaptations of the Robin Hood stories, chat. Robin Hood, who originally, I think, came about in, like, what, the late Middle Ages, I want to say? Like, the 1300s, 1400s. Chat, it's like, even back then, they were, okay, we get it, Robin Hood, can we move on to something else? Even back then, they were sick of it. And we're getting all these adaptations for years, chat, and this is just a long line of them, to the point where it's like, okay, moratorium on these movies. And I think audience just said, okay, you have to stop, because we are not going to pay you to see this kind of shit on the screen anymore. Happened with a perfect example, I mean, Robin Hood is very similar to Guy Ritchie's King Arthur film. I think it was called, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Which came out like a year before. And they had a very similar level of success. And when I say success, chat, I mean a lack of success. Because they were huge critical and commercial bombs. Because people didn't give a shit. If you're gonna, okay, here's my thing. If you're going to make a Robin Hood adaptation, if I'm gonna have to do, okay, you know what? Let's do a Robin Hood movie. My whole thing was, we're gonna make this shit as cheap as possible, okay? You don't need a lot of money, all right? Just like get a director who kind of understands the time period in which this exists. You get like a couple of good actors in there, but you show off some really cool medieval battles and shit like that, but keep it fucking cheap. Don't give a guy $100 million, chat, to do overblown CGI, slow-mo effects throughout an entire movie, and everyone's dressed like a fucking supermodel on a runway. Okay? Audiences are just not gonna respond to that. And of course, executives just fucking sign off and they're like, there you go. $100 million, make a Robin Hood movie. Huge mistake, chat. So I've never seen this one before. Matter of fact, I was confused. I was like, oh, yeah, Robin Hood 2018, the one with Russell Crowe. That movie sucks. And I forgot, no, they did another Robin Hood movie, chat, with Taron Egerton, which I think everyone has forgotten about. The director, I mean, kind of give you a background history. Again, like I said, commercial critical bomb. nominated for multiple Razzie Awards. Worst Picture, I believe. What was nominated? Worst Picture, Worst Supporting Actor for Jamie Foxx, and he's pretty goddamn bad in the film, chat. And also, like worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel, whatever, man. I mean, Razzies don't really mean anything anymore, but it's not a good film. That I can tell you. Chat. Directed by a guy named Otto Bathurst. I don't know who this man is. He's done Robin Hood, and he's a producer on His Dark Materials for HBO, which I've not seen. I don't think anyone has seen His Dark Materials. That show just kind of came and went, chat. I don't know if that's going to happen. I have no idea. But with this movie, guys, as I said before, the fucking studio, who was the studio that did this? Lionsgate, or someone, whoever. They signed off $100 million for Robin Hood movie, chat. Huge commercial bomb for them. Only made $86.5 million worldwide. Studio lost about $80 to $90 million on this movie. It's considered to be one of the worst bombs in cinematic history, and for good reason, chat. For good reason. There is just no excuses for the mistakes they made. There really isn't, chat. So I do not recommend seeing them. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not what you could go throughout your entire life, chat, and you could be on your deathbed surrounded by your family. And you could think, well, this is okay life, but at least I didn't see Robin Hood like Chris said, so I did live for something. You could pass away easy, chat, but I won't be able to experience that because I did see this movie. And so when I'm on my deathbed, I don't know the hell I am anymore, I'll come back to this moment where I saw the film. So, good for you, chat. Good for you. But we have to get into the plot, chat. We are in Nottingham, chat. We're in Nottingham, England. I guess Nottingham's a real place. I have no fucking clue. And we have a narration from Friar Tuck, and he's telling us, now I know you guys have heard the Robin Hood story before, but you've never heard it told this way, because he's going to say, well, instead of, setting in, like, the Middle Ages and shit, we're going to kind of play around with the time period, because he's saying, it's like, you may have heard it was set here or set over here, but nah, man, maybe it was all these things. And that's the thing, Chad, they try to establish this weird, it definitely takes place hundreds of years ago, but everyone is dressed it's a weird of period but modern look, because everyone is like wearing these like sick fucking leather jackets, chat, and it's like nothing. The only people who are like wearing stuff of that time is maybe some of the priests and things, like they're in robes, but everyone else is just like in pop fucking collars, chat. Just looking good. They got suits like big old buttons on them. They're looking tight. It's like you would find these guys in like New York or goddamn Paris, France, running down a runway, chat, because also everyone's beautiful. Like, even all the peasants, chat. The peasants, well, you wouldn't live. Like, back in the day, chat, you were lucky if you got to 40, okay? I think the median age was, like, 32 back then, all right? So, and everyone, whether you're young, old, sick, or whatever, you look fucking good, and you're dressed extremely well in this film. But we're in this weird time period of Nottingham, England, chat. And we're following this lady. We don't know who she is, but she's set on stealing a horse from the manor of Locksley, chat. For some reason, she's getting in there trying to get this horse, chat. But she's a really bad thief because she gets caught instantly. And the lord of the manor, or not, we don't know that. I did a spoiler, chat. That was going to be revealed in a hot second. But it doesn't matter. But the lord of the manor, he captures her. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, I gotta take this horse because I don't have any means of transportation. The family I'm living with, their little boy, he's sick. And I gotta take him to a doctor when he gets outside town. And, this guy says, okay, I'm just going to... I'm just gonna then force... This is kind of fucked up, Chad. It's like, yes, you know what? You can take the horse. That's okay. But can you be my girlfriend? And she just goes, well, it beats the hangman's noose. Or the goddamn executioner's axe. Yeah, sure, I will be your girlfriend, Chad. And this person, Chad, is Taron Egerton. And he is Robin of Locksley, Chad, who will soon be, many years from now, Robin the Hood. As the peasants call it. You gotta make it urban, chat. You gotta appeal to the kids out there. They love the streety greets, as we all know. And so they start this romantic affair, chat. They're smooching all the time. They're doing great. I'll say this: the person who played, and the thief is revealed to be what's her name? Maid Marian, chat. The actress, I think, is like Eve Hewson. I want to say she's very pretty. She's very beautiful. Her accent goes in and out. Like she sometimes has like an English accent, and then she goes to an Irish accent, and then an American accent. And so I'm not sure where exactly she's from. Everyone loses their accent every once in a while, Chad. Like, no one sticks with one accent. I guess Taron Egerton kind of does. Like, his stays the same. Maid Marian, no. But they're smooching all the time, chat. They're all lovey-dovey, you know. I guess she eventually, because of Stockholm syndrome, she's like, okay, well, I guess I do love you now. I like all this wealth that you present me, and this has been good. And he's helping the peasants, kind of, I guess. And I guess I don't know if that kid got the horse. Did she even take the sick little child to the doctor, chat? I imagine that kid died. I've not been told. So they're smooching things. But with chat, we cut to the town or the city of Nottingham. And you got the sheriff of Nottingham, chat, and he's writing a letter. It's like, what is it? Oh, it looks like a letter of conscription. And he sends one of his riders out to the Locksley Manor. And right in the middle, when Maid Marian and Robin are about to have the sex chat, he hears a big old knock on his door. Why is it one of his goddamn servants? Why does he have to be the guy to answer the door? But he's like, fuck, I'll go get the door. He goes down there, chat. And the guy, the courier, they gives him this big old envelope. He opens it up and it's like, oh, you are conscripted into the Crusades. You got to go to Arabia. And you have to fight the Muslims because we don't like Allah. We don't like Allah. Only God is the true God. And so Chad, he's been conscripted. And so he's like, oh, but I want to have sex and smooch, but he can't. It's been denied to him. So he tells Maid Marian, listen, I got to go because I've been conscripted and I'd be basically a traitor to the crown if I don't go. If I don't go over there and just slaughter Muslim people. So can you just wait for me and we could start smooching and having the sex when I get back? She goes, done deal, man. I'll do that. I'm gonna keep your manor safe. I'm gonna make sure everything's running as it should be. And he goes, oh my God, it's so great. And he gives her a big old smooch chat and we cut 4 goddamn years later. So it's like, ooh, she's still waiting maybe? I doubt it, chap. We'll find out. Maybe she did. Maybe she is waiting the entire time. And now we get the weird, already we were kind of seeing the modern aesthetic creeping in, like how everyone's wardrobe looks. But for this segment, chat, they're somewhere in Arabia, and it's so bizarre. They treat bows and arrows like M16s, chat, like M4s. Like something you'd see in footage of someone fighting modern day Afghanistan and Iraq. And that's how they treat, everyone apparently can just fucking get out their bow and boom, boom, you do that, it's all CGI too, because no one can actually grab an arrow, cock it, or knock it like that and fire. It doesn't work that way, Chad. It's impossible. It just can't be done. But that's what they thought. It looks like they're combining, again, modern day war aesthetics with a Middle Ages movie, and it's just bizarre. It's just really weird. And I guess we're just following Robin's squad. Really, it is his squad, chat. And they'll have their bow and arrows cocked. They go, boo! And they're shooting all the Muslim people. They're just dying, chat. But then they're pinned down. It's like, how are you pinned down? They're pinned down by I don't think this existed back then. I think this might be an accurate, chat. By an auto crossbow, chat, that is firing just bolts and arrows every other second. It's just, I'm like, okay, this is just weird. And it's just firing. They're literally bullets, chat. When someone gets hit, you can see the dust is kicking up as all these things are going to the ground, all these bolts. It's this is just so fucking goofy. And Robin, I think he pulls, all the action scenes blend together, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. They're hard to remember because all they really are is CGI arrow shots, slow-mo, parkour, and very tight close shots of people hand-to-hand fighting because all the actors were obviously not trained in close quarters combat and they have to cut around them to make it look good, but it doesn't look good, chat. And so all these kind of run together in my head. But this one, Robin, I think he eventually gets the guy. He gets the auto crossbow guy. He gets him. He kills him, chat. All of his I guess his squad leader, I don't know who he is. He's probably, you did good job, Robin. But oh no, they're being attacked by more Muslims, chat. I'm like, oh God. And they're fighting in there. And then Robin, he's getting his ass kicked by this one particular guy, chat. It's Jamie Foxx, who will eventually become Little John, but that's a spoiler. I can't reveal that until later, chat. But he's fucking fighting Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx is kicking his fucking ass, chat. Charisma, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. He's just slapping poor. Oh, by the way, Robin's played by Taron Egerton, chat, who I do like. He's a good actor, but man, this is such a This is such a throwaway role for him. I mean, I'm glad he got paid. Clearly, he got a big payday for this movie, but he got nothing to do except do CGI arrows. And so Jamie Foxx is literally just beating the shit out of him. Eventually, he's like, okay, I'm just going to choke you out, motherfucker. And he just starts choking Taron Egerton. He's just choking. And then because of the lack of oxygen to his brain and champ, he's just imagining Maid Marian at home. She's still waiting those 4 years. I'm sure she's totally waiting for you, Rob. He's like, oh, at least I'll see you again. And then, this got fucked up. And then, I guess his squad leader comes over and just chops fucking Jamie Foxx's hand off. And then we get one of my favorite moments in the movie where Jamie Foxx just goes, ah! Because he lost his hand, Chad. He's just screaming. He's holding his little nub. It's not working out. And eventually, he's like, how you doing, Rob? He's like, I'm okay, man. Thanks for chopping that guy's hand off. And Jamie Foxx is rolling the dirt, just fucking screaming. And they catch him, Chad. They bring him back to their encampment. It's in poor conditions. They have all these POWs in very poor conditions, Chad. And right now, they're just interrogating everybody. We're basically not much of interrogation. It's like, you have anything to say to us? You have, like, troop location, all that. And they're like, we don't know. It's like, okay, chop that motherfucker's head off. And that's what they do, Chad. Eventually, like Rob, he's kind of disgusted by this practice. Like, this we're not soldiers. We're butchers here. And the fucking captain of the guard, I don't know what his fucking name is. It doesn't matter. He's the captain. He's the Crusader captain, Chad. Crusader. The Crusader captain, he's like, you know what? Don't worry about it, all right? This is the job we have to do. This is what we came over here. Fucking God and country, Rob. He's like, I don't like this. This doesn't seem right. This seems very Catholic. Doesn't seem very godly. He's like, fuck it. Shut up. No one's asking you. And eventually, also, Jamie Foxx just mean-mugging everybody. He's just looking at everyone, chat. Probably because he had his hand chopped off. So I would be mean-mugging people, too, if I also had my hand chopped off. But, by the way, I would be inconsolable, because this probably takes place a few hours later, and they just kind of wrapped his hand in a little bandage. Fuck that. I'd be screwing my ass off, chat. I'm not going to lie. Harry Hole! Great name, Harry Hole. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. So, anyway. Oh, but Jamie Foxx, he does actually have a reaction, chat, because the next person they're going to interrogate is his son. It's his baby boy. And he's like, no, please, that's my baby boy. And the Crusader captain's like, it's your kid, huh? Well, let's see if he has anything to say. And he asked the baby boy, you have anything to say? He's like, I don't know anything. It's like, okay, off of his head. And Jamie Foxx's like, no, I'll tell you everything. He's like, come. He's like, listen, there are 1,000 soldiers to the east. That's where they are. I promise you that's where it's like. And the Crusader captain goes, yeah, we already took care of those guys like a week ago. So do you have anything else? And he's like, that's all I got, man. Come on, just let my boy go. It's like, the only thing I could say is, hey, it's nothing personal, but I gotta kill your kid. And he's like, no, don't kill my baby boy. And baby boy's like, he's just screaming, Chad. Everyone's screaming. And right when the Crusader captain gives the word to the executioner to bring down that big old axe on baby boy's head, fucking Robin says no, and he stops with his sword. He's like, no, stop it. And he just starts punching everyone. He's punching all of his friends in the face, which, because they were standing by just watching all these people just being murdered, Chad. I mean, they're POWs. He's just executing. That's terrible. And he's punching everybody, Chad. And the Crusader captain's like, okay, I've had enough of this. And he just fucking takes it like a CGI arrow, Chad. Boom! Fires it right into Robin Hood's tum-tum. And he's down for the count. He's not looking good, chat. And then he's like, okay, cut the kid's head off. And they boom! And they cut that kid's head off, chat. They slice that thing. Fucking Jamie Foxx, he breaks out of his bond somehow. I don't know how he did it. Blackie Chan, welcome to stream. And he's like, my baby boy! And he starts punching everyone, chat. And he escapes. He runs off into the desert, I guess. And then the Crusader captain, like, even though Rob committed treason, I guess, technically, he said, well, since you're a Lord Loxley, I'm just going to send you back on a sick boat back to Nottingham, and you can live out your days in wealth and shit. It's like, that was fucking convenient. It's like no punishment whatsoever. So he's sent back, chat. We see Rob, he's got the bubbly guts. He's not doing well in the boat. 3-month journey, chat. 3-month journey. All these other poor people are just sick, had their fucking limbs cut off. They're looking bad, huge gashes in their faces. Like, ugh. But it's like PG-13, like, horror, chat. So it's not much. But who's in the bowels of the ship, chat? It's Jamie Foxx. He did a little bit of of a sick maneuver there, Chad. He didn't run off to the desert. He went to the docks, and he is now with Rob because he saw what Robin the Hood did. He's like, there's something about this kid. He's got moxie. Maybe I can use him for something that I want. And eventually, chat, we get back to merry old Nottingham, merry old England, chat. And Rob, the first thing he wants to do is like, I gotta thumb a girl and give her a big old smooch, and we can commence the sex. And so he goes up there, chat. He's riding his little pony, but he knows like, oh my man, it's all shitty now. Like God damn it, she lied. She didn't keep up with the maintenance, chat. Like all the people are gone. All the buildings are disheveled. He goes up to the main manor portion, chat, the main building. He reads, oh, it's been possessed. It's been possessed by, not a ghost, chat, not a ghost. That would have been cool. It's like, oh, it's a ghost horror film. Now, that would have been a cool, like, little twist in the Robin Hood story, chat. I would appreciate that. I'm not a big fan of haunted house movies, but it's, hey, at least it's something different. But he reads it. It's been possessed by the sheriff of Nottingham for the war effort. So they took all of his gold in there, Chad, all of his, for everything he had, everything that he had to his name is now gone. He goes in there, and there's just nothing. He's just like, oh my God. He can't believe it, Chad. He's so sad. And then he's mad. And then he gets mad. He's like, the fucking sheriff of Nottingham did this. And so he rides his big old pony, chat. And he's like looking around. But he knows the first place he wants to go to is the church, chat. Because he's got a lot to get off his chest. He goes confessional. And who is in the confessional booth, chat? Friar Tuck, a typical character from Robin Hood. And he's like, yeah, bless me, Father, for I have some fucking questions to ask. And he's like, oh, you sound like Robin. I am Robin. He's like, Robin, you died 2 years ago. They did that line, chat. He died 2 years ago. It's so stupid. And he's like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, man, we got word when I was reading the list of those who fell in combat. Your name was on the list. He's like, I've been in the Crusades the entire time. I'm not dead. He's like, shit, man. Yeah, I mean, we all thought you were dead. We even had a funeral. Maid Marian, she cried her eyes out. She's not doing well. She's like, wait, where's Maid Marian? Where's Marianne? And he goes, well, she works in the mines now. Oh, it's terrible here, Robin. The sheriff of Nottingham, he forced all the poor people, all the poors, chat, are working the mines for the war effort now. And Robin's like, I'm going to go out there. He's like, oh, wait, you should, He's going to be disappointed, chat, because what has Marianne been doing these last 4 years, guys? Well, you could probably guess she's a very beautiful woman, and she has needs, chat, as any of us would have needs. And Robin, he goes out there, and he sees Marianne. She's giving some brown sludge soup, I guess, to all these poor shit. He's like, here's your soup, poor person. And they're drinking it, they don't give a shit. And they're all pretty, by the way. All the poor people, all the people who've been, like, literally, chat. You ever seen Zoolander? You ever seen the movie Zoolander, chat? And when Ben Stiller goes back to his roots, to his family, and they're coal miners, and like his idea of a coal miner, chat, just fucking like white shirt, these tight blue pants, he's got makeup, he's like that. That's what all these people look like in this movie. It's ridiculous. Like, no one's coughing up a lung because they all would have black lung, chat, because of being in the goddamn coal mines for years. Like, they all look beautiful. Ladies got needs. It's true, chat. I'm just speaking the truth. Ladies, men, we all got needs sometimes. And so he sees her serving all these beautiful poor people. But someone comes up there, chat, gives her a little, that looks sexual right there. A little bit of a booty pat. And he gives a good old smooch, chat. It's, who is that person? I don't know what that person's name is, chat. I want to say it's, what's his name? Will! It's Will, chat. That is Maid Marian's new love interest. And Robin, he just sees... it is Christian Grey, you're right. How appropriate. How appropriate. Oh, it's good. Christian Grey, chat. Christian Grey gives her a big old little booty smack and a big old smooch on the lips. And Robin just... I love it, chat. He starts dry heaving. And he runs away. Marian's like, who is that guy that was dry heaving? She's like, what the fuck? And then we just see Taron Egerton going... Like, he throws up a little bit, chat. Like, did he get fucking method? Did he actually make himself throw up right here? But he heaves a bit, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy Fox! Jimmy Fox is there, chat, and he starts beating the shit out of Robin. He's like, why are you hitting me? He's like, I saw what you did back there during Arabia, during the Crusades. You tried to save my son's life, and you have honor, Robin. You have honor. And I saw you there gawking at your lady friend. And was she your lost love? And he's like, don't talk to me right now, Jimmy Fox. I'm dry heaving. He's like, listen, all right, a lot of fucked up shit. Like, I've observed the people here. I know there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in this town. Apparently, a lot of money is going towards the war effort from here, specifically Nottingham. Like, I want to end it, okay? This is the source, and I want Revenga for the death of my son. If I can take down the money here, Robbie, then we can get the hell out of here. Robin goes, oh, shit, man, you're right. They took all my stuff. My waifu, she's over there now. I can't do anything about that. I will join you. I will grant you your Revenga, Jamie Foxx. By the way, Jamie Foxx, chap, is not good in this film because I don't think he knows what movie he's in half the time. Because he goes back and forth between his typical. Like, the thing is, like, Jamie Foxx is a good actor. He is. Like, he's Academy Award winning. He's been in a lot of great films, but then he will do some stinkers sometimes. This is one of those stinkers, chat, because he constantly goes back and forth between Jamie Foxx and his Arabic accent. Like, he drops that shit all the time, especially when he gets mad. He just sounds like Jamie Foxx. It's like, okay. Like, all right, so let's do it, man. Let's fucking steal from the rich and give the poor. And Jamie Foxx is like, yes, but you need like a shit ton of training, by the way, buddy. Like, you're no good. You're no good. So what do you mean? I was fighting like in Arabia. He's like, you were okay, but I gotta train you proper. And they go back to his manor chat and they do a fucking training montage. Meanwhile, I think we cut to Sheriff of Nottingham. Like, again, and this is the thing, like, he's played by Ben Mendelsohn. And the reason why I just don't have a lot to say about this character, chat, is it's just Ben Mendelsohning. You know, that it's him playing. It's like, to him, playing a villain is like, all right, I guess I'm in the scene. Like, it's so blasé with him at this point. Like, he's a good actor, but like, he's doing nothing different than what we've seen in stuff like Ready Player One or like Rogue One. It's or any other film that he's been the villain in. It's just like, I honestly, I can't tell the difference between any of those characters. And there's scenes with him in this movie. There's one in particular, and we'll get to it, but there are other scenes of him in this film, and I can't for the life of me remember. He talks a lot of shit. He's evil. He does like I know there's like a speech later on he gives to the peasants, like, I gotta double your taxes for the war effort because these heathens, Little Martin is like, these heathens are gonna come here and they're gonna force our religion onto us. They're gonna rip down our idols and they're evil people. We must stop them. We must take from them what is ours. Like, that's his whole thing. But my God, Chad, like, he is so blasé and generic. And the only time I can remember him is when he's talking to Rob and at the end. And when he's by himself, I, for the life of me, cannot remember what he does. I'm sorry, I just can't. He was good in Animal Kingdom. He was good in Animal Kingdom. I agree with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chris Harris nailed it. It's him being the sniveling asshole villain again. That's one of the things I appreciate about Captain Marvel. Yeah, that's why I thought it was the best thing about Captain Marvel. So after that, he's gonna play that role again, but then they pull the twist and reveal, he's actually one of the good guys. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I thought that was so refreshing, that movie. Ooh, chat. We got a new follow. We got a new Huckleberry. Let me pay respect to this person. I don't prove that. That's not a nice name. I'm not gonna say that name. Oh, wait, what? Am I getting trolled here? What's going on here? So I had a person just follow chat that says only white lives matter, and I have another one that says black lives matter. All right. I think I'm getting trolled. Jesus Christ. Black lives... No, okay. I see. I think I'm getting trolled right now, guys. Apologies. Apologies for this. We got a joker in the chat. No, I don't think it's another follow bot. No, this is just one particular person. If anyone says apologies for that guy, we just got an asshole. Well, guess what, friendo? Guess what? I'm gonna make sure you don't bother any of my friends right here. Chat, I have some things to do. Gotta put a moratorium on this review. Alright, chat, give me a second. We got a troll in the chat. Hold on. I think it's a bot. It might be. God fucking damn it. Oh, I did not mean to do raid. Did not want to do a raid. Nope, hit the wrong button. Hold on, chat. Give me a second here. Yeah, this guy's a lot of dummy accounts, chat. Hi, Thunderly. We got a troll in the chat. Apparently he has multiple accounts and he has a lot of offensive names. Sorry, guys. No, I know, I'm banning. That's what I've been doing, yes, man. That's what I've been doing. Are any of my mods here? Are any of my mods in the chat right now? No? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry! Apologies. So what was I? Oh, yeah. Ben Mendelsohn. So he's just so generic, it's hard for me to remember all of his scenes. He's doing evil shit. He's saying evil things. I got tax the people. He has a lisp, chat, as Ben Mendelsohn typically does. But now, chat, we're back at Loxley Manor. And we had a training montage between Jamie Foxx and Taron Egerton, chat. And Jamie Foxx is like, okay, yes, you shoot that bow and arrow relatively quickly. Twitch. Oh, I'll do that later, Mr. Yasmin. I'm doing my review right now. What was I? Okay, yeah, you shoot that bow and arrow relatively quickly. But you guys shoot like a goddamn machine gun, okay? You gotta be like me. You gotta use like 3 arrows at once. Go boom, 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 just like that. And so we get a prolonged scene of CGI arrow shots, chat. That's what we get throughout this entire sequence, and it does not look good. I mean, they try to make it look cool, but it's like, that's clearly can't shoot that fast. Those are CGI arms. That's a CGI arrow. It's like, this isn't working. We get a really fucked up scene where Jamie Foxx goes, well, I got a little nub right now. I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to make myself a prosthesis, chat, where it's just like basically this metal slot that fits all the way down to his forearm. And so he makes this thing, chat, like it's red fucking hot iron. And he goes, okay, it's ready. Ah! And he puts his hand into it, chat, his nub and everything else down. Like, goes, ah! And then it's stuck in there. Omega, thank you for the host and welcome to stream. Appreciate it. It doesn't even have a pen. It just, I mean, it'll fuck somebody up if you hit him, I imagine. I mean, that's what's the purpose, I guess, in combat, but it's like, wow. Wow. But thank you, Omega, for the host. And so he's got that, and I would pass out if I happened to me, but he's Jamie Foxx, chat, and he's tough, and he's going in and out of his accent. Eventually, Robin, he's just where he needs to be, chat. He finally is trained enough. Also, Maid Marian, she comes to the house, and she's knocking. She goes, Rob, are you here? People were telling me that you're back. Friar Tuck told me that you're alive. That's a scene that happened between them, that he's alive and shit. And Jamie Foxx like, don't go down or she can't know that you're alive. It's like, why not? What fucking difference does it make? Because I guess you just want him distracted, but it's like, let's let him see his Maid Marian, chat. It's like, no, Jamie Foxx he's the one who's dictating what can and cannot be done. And she wanders off back into the night, chat. Meanwhile, Jamie Foxx says, okay, you gotta ingratiate yourself to the wealthy people. Oh, but before that, you gotta go and steal some shit. And so then we get one scene, chat. Oh, yeah, because Jamie Foxx like, okay, now I know you got like a typical kind of medieval-looking tunic and all that, but we got to spice that up. So he turns it into a nice little leather jacket, chat. Got a pop collar and everything. He's got a big old hood, which, by the way, if you have a hood on, very hard to fire arrows with. That's why I always... It's like, yeah, that never works out. Even with green arrows, like, yeah, you would not be able to aim very well with a hood. But, and he pulls off, like, so he steals from the fucking rich, chat. He gets some money, so he's got his pockets are filled with plenty of stuff. And eventually, he goes to like a big fucking shindig where he ingratiates himself to Ben Mendelsohn. And Ben Mendelsohn, he is just so happy that Lord Loxley is back, chat, because he's like, hey man, just here to pay my tithe. And he, like, everyone's just throwing like a couple coin. He just dumps an entire goddamn bag of coins, and fucking Ben Mendelssohn's like, wow, that's like super generous of you. Thank you so much, man. He's like, hey man, happy to do it. You know, I've heard about the war for what you've done. He's like, hey, I just want to say, appreciate your time in the Crusades and the effort you put in. He's like, no. I was happy to go, happy to fight for my country, happy to fight for my town, Nottingham, man. My city of Nottingham. Ben Mendelssohn's like, wow, it's very, you know what? Tell you, Loxley, I don't mean to say this, but so many lords that I've interacted with over the years, they've always just been so haughty, so full of themselves. But for the first time, no offense, of course. And he's like, not taking. It's like, hey, I appreciate everything you say. He's like, no problem, man. No fucking. Ben Mendelsohn's like, I have a friend. That's the thing, chat. The Sheriff of Nottingham, all he wanted was a friend. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted the entire time. And he found it in Robin the Hood, chat. He doesn't know he's Robin Hood. And they're having a nice little conversation. They're schmoozing with the wealthiest of the wealthy in Nottingham, chat, in this church. But then who fucking walks up and talks to Rob, chat? Oh, it's Maid Marian. She's in there. She goes, hi, Rob. He's like, excuse me, Ben Mendelsohn. I need to talk to my ex-waifu. They have a conversation. It's very awkward, chat. She's like, why didn't you tell me you were back? He's like, can we, like, talk later? It's like, no, you should talk now. Okay? She thought you were dead. It's very confusing. Should we have an actual conversation of any capacity? And Robin says, we cannot do that because Jamie Foxx is giving me the snake eye right now, and so I have to leave. Goodbye, everybody! And so he leaves, chat. And he goes over, he talks to Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is like, you can't fucking get distracted, Rob, okay? All right, we got to pull off these heists. We got to get doing. And then they do like another goddamn heist, CGI action scene after CGI action scene, CGI arrows, close-up cuts to a fight sequence that you can tell that's not the original actors. It just doesn't goddamn work, chat. It just doesn't work. Where are we? So yeah, after all that shit, eventually, like Ben Mendelsohn, like the lords of Nottingham, they're pissed now because okay, this fucking Rob guy, he is just stealing all this shit, and we just don't like it. We're absolutely fucking sick of it. And Rob, who's kind of ingratiated himself to lords, and Ben Mendelsohn's like, hey, why don't we just put up a bounty? And they're like, you would have us put up our own money for the capture of this individual? She's like, no, I'll put up my own money. And I'll put up 1,000 coin this week, and if he's not captured by that week, I'll put up another 1,000 and another 1,000 every other week. Every week from now on. And Ben Mendelsohn's like, that's really impressive, Rob. Thank you for your generosity. He's like, hey, it's the least I can do. I want to preserve the safety of our citizens and, of course, our generous backers. Go, oh, everyone's good. And then Ben Mendelsohn goes, everyone get the fuck out! And they all get out. Because he just fucking starts screaming, chat. I must be evil now! And so everyone gets out. And then we get one of the weirdest scenes in the film where, honestly, chat, I think Ben Mendelsohn is falling in love with Robin of Locksley because he just gets really intimate. He sits close to him and he's just like, I'm going to tell you the story of my childhood. We have to learn why Ben Mendelsohn is so evil. So apparently, chat, he was raised among lords. I guess he was a commoner at one point, but he was raised among lords to be a knight or whatever. It doesn't matter. Be a sheriff, I guess. That was calling in life. And he talked about how all the lord's children would, in the night, chat, they would get broomsticks and they would go to his quarters, chat, and just beat the shit out of him with broomsticks and horsewhips and all the other, I guess, stable boys, anyone else who like worked in the Lord's manors and things. And they would just, I mean, it's fucking, they just beat the shit out of everybody. And Ben Mendelsohn's like, yeah, we would be beaten constantly to the point when he gets very intimate details, chat, until the bruise in our back would be red welts and they would heal over, be black and blue, and eventually be yellow again and calloused, and to the point where we would even feel it anymore, Rob. I didn't even care anymore. I was just like, just fucking put it in me already. And he's like, oh shit, okay. And eventually he just said, you know what I would love to do right now, Rob? You know what would really get me off? Let's just fucking hang these motherfuckers. Let's just fucking do it. Let's just fucking do it. Like, goddamn Sheriff of Nottingham, Robin of Locksley. Like, want to do this? He's like, how about this? How about this? Let's relax. Crispy Computer Fish, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Why don't we just hang one of these motherfuckers? And to show that, you know, we're the baddest bastards in town, he's like, my boy! And they do like a brofist chat a la Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, except it's not as cool, not nearly as cool. But they're in sync right now, chat. And so I guess they execute one of those fat fucks, and he's dead. And then Robin's like, okay, I gotta step up my game here. Like, this is some serious business. Like, we have to, I'm gonna steal some, oh, he also steals some more coins, chat, and that's when he starts giving to the poor at this point. He steals his coins, and he starts giving to the poor, and his legend grows, and all the townspeople eventually start, like, putting up hoods in throughout the city, throughout Nottingham, chat. They're just, like, as graffiti. They're just nailing them to statues and people's properties and government property and things like that. And, oh, Ben Mendelsohn doesn't like that, chat. Does not like it. But Robin's like, okay, shit, we gotta, like, take this seriously now. We have to fucking hit, like, the goddamn vault That's where all the money's being kept. That's where it's all being shipped off to Arabia for the war effort. Let's hit that. Jamie Foxx is like, okay, it's gonna take some goddamn effort, but let's do it, man. And so Robin, he fucking infiltrates one of these gold cards, chat, where they're just beating the shit out of the poor, like literally. This is what they're doing, chat. Like the poor people are giving all their possessions over, and the guards are just punch them in the face and say, and then the people are like, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Punch, 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 and they take the stuff. And eventually he gets under one of these cards, chat, and they take it to the vault, and they start unloading all this shit. And he's like underneath there, a la Robert De Niro from Cape Fear. He's just hiding up there. It's like, oh, please, God, don't please have like no one drop anything, and then look under the cart in a very generic, obvious way. And of course, some fat bastard goes, he can't move very well, Chad. You got stubby arms and stubby legs, and his fingers are like giant sausages, and he fucking, there's too much grease on those fingers. And he drops a gold plate, he fucking bends down, Chad. And what does he see? Robin the Hood. He's like, oh, intruder. And Robin's like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck around. He just starts murdering all these people. These guys just count the money, okay? They're just working, they're working a job, right? They're not pocketing his gold. He's like, fuck, I don't give a shit. He kills all these guys, Chad. Meanwhile, Jamie Foxx is like doing some weird shit outside. He's like laying traps and everything. He's like, I'm going, and like no one's stopping him. No one's like, why are you pouring this weird liquid on the ground? He's like, don't bother me, it's fine. No one bothers him, Chad. They don't want to speak to him because he's got like a goddamn iron nub. You won't miss a guy with an iron nub. And so eventually, Rob, he gets the fuck out of there, and CGI action scene. Maid Marian gets involved to some capacity. Oh, I think that's what happens. So during this time, Maid Marian, she's invited to the fancy dinner of the Sheriff of Nottingham, where all the lords are, because, you know, they want to appeal to the commoners, chat. Her and Will are kind of like, they're the voice of the people. They're like their representatives and for their complaints or whatever they're talking about for the people that work in the mines. Will also wants to ingratiate himself to the lords to be like them because he's a selfish son of a bitch. What did fucking Maid Marian see in him, chat? I don't understand it. I guess he got a big dick. I don't know, chat. I don't know what Maid Marian's about. And so she steals something. I think it's like plans for what where the gold's being transported. She takes that, and she somehow gets involved. Like, she finds out, oh, Robin, you're the goddamn Hood, and they're running away, chat. And fucking Jamie Foxx, like, smoke bomb, and huge explosions. Everyone's blowing up, chat. A big CGI chase. Robin gets separated, like the cart blows up, and it's revealed. It's revealed, chat, that his old Crusader captain is back because he was summoned by the Sheriff of Nottingham to track down these sons of bitches. And he goes after him, chat. He gets, like, Robin gets shot in the tum-tum, but it's okay. He eventually goes back to Jamie Foxx, chat. And they're all riding away. But, oh, no, their cart explodes. Their cart explodes, chat. And Jamie Foxx is like, don't worry, I'm going to be the sacrificial black man, okay? You two white people survive. Live for me, white people. And Jamie Foxx sacrifices himself. He's like, John, no, it's okay. He doesn't die, chat. It's like, I'm Jamie goddamn Foxx, okay? Like, I'm going to stick around. Like, I'm second billing this movie. So they just fucking capped. Like, they could have, like, Jamie Foxx, this entire sequence, has murdered countless people. And you would think they'd kill him, but they don't. They beat the shit out of him, chap. They just take him away. They take him away, chap. And Robin and Maid Marian, they go back to the house or something, and they get, like, kind of intimate, but not really. And eventually we check in with what's happening with Jamie Foxx, chat. He's not being killed, but Ben Mendelsohn is interrogating him. He basically says, listen, I will give you a quick death if you reveal the identity and location of Robin the Hood. And Jamie Foxx goes, fuck that, I'm not telling you shit. And he's like, okay, I'm going to make your death and suffering slow like the heathen dog you are. And Jamie Foxx gets out of his accent here, because I guess when he gets, like, super intimidating, he drops the Arabic accent. He just talks like Jamie Foxx. And he says, listen, motherfucker, I want to tell you something. I'm going to be the last person you see when you die. And it'll be my words will be the last words that you hear when you'll die. Mendelsohn goes, I don't give a shit. And he leaves, chat, very haughtily. I think he gets mad at Jamie Foxx. He comes back and he punches him too, chat. A lot of punching in this movie. And so he eventually leaves. He also meets with the Cardinal. Oh! Witness me! Moron! Thank you so much for the raid, good sir. Welcome to stream just in the middle of my Robin the Hood 2018 review. Fear the beard. I do indeed fear it. I'm intimidated by the beard, my friend. But I'm happy to have it here nonetheless. Just in the middle of my Robin Hood review. We're almost done. A lot of CGI action scenes happen after this shit. It doesn't matter. How you doing, though, friend? What are you playing? My fart will be the last fart you smell when you die. You might as well just should have said that. It's the same thing. Jayberg, good to see it, too. Jay Fox sold the people stealth. He died. Yeah, he did. He had top billing. He went out like in the first half hour. Witness! Oh, indeed. No, good to see you, Farron. Hope you're doing very, very well tonight. But now, Jamie Foxx, he's mad, and Ben Mendelsohn, he meets with the fucking Cardinal, and the church is evil, chat. I mean, they were pretty corrupt back then, so it makes sense what they were doing here. And, like, the church and the sheriff of Nottingham, they're in league. Like, they're not actually sending the money to the war effort, chat. They're just keeping it for their own coffers, making themselves rich. They're a bunch of fat cats, chat. And Robin's like, I don't like the sound of this. I don't like what's going on. And he wants to ingratiate himself to the Cardinal, and so he pulls a little manipulation here, chat. He takes Friar Tuck, and that's the thing, because he places blame for the theft of a pair of keys from one of the lords and some shit that was stolen earlier by Maid Marian. That's what he does. And so he grabs Friar Tuck. He's like, hey, sheriff and cardinal guy, good to see you, buddy. This guy stole the keys, and we punish him. And he's like, punish him, fuck that, we're just gonna fucking murder him. Because he wants to throw, like, the scent off his trail, chat. He wants to still appear like he is full support, 100% in support of the sheriff of Nottingham and the church. And the fucking cardinal's like, we're just gonna kill him. And Ben says, I will do it myself. And he takes him to bed. But then Robin's like, hey, wait a minute, guys, wait a minute. You know what? If we kill him, like, he's doing this for the rebels, he's doing this for the people, right? Like, no. If we kill him, we'll make him a martyr. We can't make him a martyr. He's like, no. Defrock him. And I was like, what's defrock mean? I was like, oh no, you're gonna cut his balls and dick off. No, he's not using them. He's a priest. But it's like, that's not it, chat. Defrock him. Basically, excommunicado, chat. Excommunicate him from the church, and he will be known as a pariah. And the cardinal's like, that's even worse than death. You will burn in hell, Friar Tuck. And he takes all this shit, and they kick Friar Tuck in the butt, and he goes on his merry way. But also it's to save his life, because Friar Tuck was not in a good position there, because he was also acting as a spy for the people, chat, and Maid Marian. So sheriff was suspecting him all along. So Robin did this for his own sake. But then the cardinal's like, fuck, Robin, you did a very kind thing to the church, good sir. We will happily tell you all of our evil plans. And he tells them all the evil plans about, we don't give a shit about the war. We're just using the money. You can have some money. And he's like, hey, sounds good to me. And after this, he fucking leaves and goes, okay, there's some evil shit going down. I got to convince the people of what's actually happening. But before we can do that, chat, fucking Will, who is barely a character in this film, chat, he's the goddamn boyfriend of Maid Marian, and all he wants in his life, yeah, he cares for the people, but he still wants to get involved in the political system of Nottingham, chat. So it's a position of power. And he goes to all the people, he's like, I know you've been posting all these goddamn hoods around the town, okay, but we can't do that. We must have order. If we fight against them, where are we gonna go, all right? What can we do? Oh, that's the other thing, because the Ben Mendelsohn says to the cardinal, I'm just gonna steal everything I have from these people, and then we're gonna use them as slave labor to fight in the war. So Robin's like, I gotta get going, and so that's what's causing this. And Will, he's like, if we fight back, then we'll die. And then who shows up, Chad? Robin the Hood. And he's like, yeah, and if you don't, you'll die anyway, okay? At least you got a fighting chance. He's like, we don't want to hear what you have to say, Robin the Hood. And he's like, you do want to hear it. It's like, wow, from a masked man, someone who is too afraid to show their face. And Robin goes, whoop, you mean this face? And he shows up. Oh my God, it's Robin of Locksley. It is a lord. He's like, I might be a lord, but I have seen the evil of this war. I have seen the evils of the sheriff of Nottingham and of the church, and how they manipulated, how they've been taking everyone's gold for their own coffers, making the rich richer and the poor poor. You could call me whatever. I'm a lord, I'm a crusader, I'm a knight, I'm a thief. It doesn't matter, but I want to fight with you. Who will fight with me? And they go, yay, we'll fight with you, Robin the Hood. Everyone's cheering, chat, and Maid Marian, she goes, oh, I'm so hot, I'm so sick, and she just starts smooching Robin. Will's like, oh God, no. He's a beta male now, chat, he's a beta male. And they're smooching, and Will doesn't like that, but they're like, come on, Will, fucking listen, I want this to be a team effort. They won't do it unless we have your support too. And they shake hands, chat. Him and Will shake hands. They don't smooch yet, chat. Comes later. That comes later. They break Will's heart later, chat. And so they shake hands, and everyone's in legal. Okay, let's come up with a fucking battle plan, chat. So they're gonna pull a heist, and so they learn that this massive shipment of gold, like the biggest shipment of gold that's been kept in the vaults this entire time, is going to be shipped off to the great country of Italia, chat, where the papacy is. And so we're going to steal that goddamn gold, and we're going to hide out in the woods afterwards. That's what we're going to do, but we got to plan a heist. And so he gets all the miners to start digging these tunnels, chat, where they know the gold carriage will be under, and they make some weapons, chat. Not like no one has swords in this movie. It's like goddamn Steven Spielberg's E.T., where everyone has walkie-talkies. No one pulls out a sword. It's all clubs. It's all baton checks. I guess it's supposed to be an allegory to the police. I think that's what it's clearly that's what it is. But like, no one has an actual sword in this film. You see a knife occasionally, but it's all batons and shit. It's like very, very bizarre. Clubs. And so then they get the heist organized. It's like a riot. And Ben Mendelsohn, he's making sure the gold's going to be delivered to the docks, and he's following it, chat. But then all of a sudden, chat, they're faced with a giant mob of people led by Will. And he's still apprehensive about this whole thing. He doesn't know how he feels about this, but he's like, fuck it, I'm here now. I mean, I've already made my fucking bet. I'm gonna have to lie in the chat. And he tosses the first Molotov cocktail and right over, chat. And by the way, they did like a little bit of they put some more of that splooge, I'm gonna call it splooge, chat, down in front of the cart. Because I guess the guards just weren't fucking looking. And it sets it ablaze, and so the guards, they can't go backwards now. They have to just fight the crowd. And then we get a terrible slow-mo fight scene where no blood, people just kind of wrestling and being hit by clubs. So dumb. And so they're doing that. Eventually, the tunnel that the miners dug, chat, they light it on fire, so then the carriage will fall through the stone. Because I guess fire melts stone. I guess it will eventually melt stone, but it'll take a long time. And so eventually, chat, the fucking carriage falls through, and it's down in there. And Robin's like, we gotta get the gold down. So he's protecting the people, chat. He's doing his machine gun, bow and arrow. Oh, eventually, chat, too, we cut back to the prison, and Jamie Foxx, he cuts a man's face with an itty-bitty piece of, like, I don't know, ceramic, like, just going, he just slits that guy's throat. He dies, chat, and he escapes. And he finds armor of one of the guards, and he goes out there to fight with the people. But eventually, Robin, he's still doing the machine gun, bow and arrows, chat. And the Crusader captain, he shows up. They get into a brief brawl. Is then revealed that the goddamn Crusader captain is he's like, oh fuck, you're Robin of goddamn Loxley. I can't tolerate this. And they get into a battle, chat. But eventually he beats him. He beats him really. He doesn't kill him, chat. He just knocks him out. No, Maid Marian knocks the shove. He knocks him out, chat. He's dead. Eventually, they take all the gold. It's like, okay, go take this on this barge. Go to the woods. Go to the woods of Nottingham. That's where they're going to keep it all, chats. Where all the merry men, as they're called. Oh, the merry men are taking all the gold there. And eventually, Rob, he pops back up with Maid Marian, chat, and he sees all this fighting. Everyone's just tearing each other apart. I mean, not really tearing each other apart because it's PG-13, but people are getting kind of beat over the head with, like, batons and shit. And he's like, oh, this is just terrible. Meanwhile, apparently this just gets Maid Marian hot and horny, chat, and she just gives a big old smooch to Robin the Hood. They start smooching in the middle of all this chaos, and then who fucking sees it, chat? Will. He's like, oh no, my life is falling apart. And he accidentally drops a, I don't know, like a Molotov cocktail on himself, chat. And then we hear the one of the greatest screams ever. He sets himself on fire, and I feel so sorry for this guy. He's just fucking hitting shit. He's bumping into people. He's just screaming like, oh shit, oh fuck, he's on fire. And they do a Tom Cruise run over to him, chat. He's like, ooh, then we gotta save him. They're trying to put him out, but it's not looking good though. It's not looking good. They're stomping on him, chat. They put out the fire, but he's like fucked up. He's like really fugly now. His whole face, he's like leaking shit. And he's like, don't touch me, don't touch me. He's like, why? I saw that you smooched him. I hate you. Forever! He pretty much pulls a goddamn Anakin Skywalker Schmeagol combination, chat. He looks like burnt up hot dog Annie. Remember the Sith. And so Friar Tuck, he's there. He's been fucking killing people. He's stabby, stab. He's killing. He's like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to take Will back to the manor. I'm going to fix his horrific face up. He's no longer handsome, chat. Christian Grey is not a pretty boy anymore. And so he takes him back. And eventually Rob, he's just overcome by the sheer violence. And he's like, I got to put a moratorium on this. Time out, everybody. Time out. And we'll just, I guess we're done fighting. Here, I am the person you want. I am Robin the Hood. And Ben Mendelsohn is like, he's just like, oh, Robin, no. He's so flummoxed, chat. He just can't believe it. That Robin, the Hood, is open Robin of Luxley. He's like, you take that motherfucker and I'll kill him myself. And all these guards show up and grab him, but this one guard, this very aggressive guard, he moves aside. He's like, I have him. And it's Jamie Foxx, chat. It's a secret Jamie Foxx. He doesn't have a hand. And he grabs Robin with the one that, the hand that he still has, and he takes him to the church, chat. He takes him there, and he throws him onto the church floor. And Ben Mendelsohn, he starts monologuing. I trusted you. I told you my deepest, darkest secrets. And Robin, though, he fucking pulls a quick one on him. He says, listen, man, you know what? Could you, this is his question. He's like, are you going to make this quick, or are you just going to bring out the broomsticks? Ooh. And Ben Mendelsohn goes, motherfucker. He's even laughing. It's like, this motherfucker. He just starts doing a Joe Pesci on chat. Just starts, no, you motherfucker, just hitting him in the face. And Jamie Foxx, okay, that's enough. Because then he fucking slides Robin out of the way. He punches, that fucking mental nub finally came in handy, chat. He punches Ben Mendelsohn in the face, nose collapses on it. It goes inside of his face, chat, his nose. It's like, ooh! And then he ties him up on this, because they lowered this, I guess, oil lamp before, like the priest in there. They lower this oil lamp, and they tie Nottingham, or Sheriff Nottingham, he doesn't know the name, he's just Sheriff Nottingham, his head around the rope, and then fucking Jimmy Fox goes, witness me! And Robin shoots the goddamn rope, and goes, whip! And he goes up there, chat, and he hangs himself. He gets hung, and he dies, and he shits himself. Is not good, chat. That's what happens when you get hung, chat. You void your bowels and everything. And so it's just like, there's, oh god, they step out of the way, because he's just, everything's coming on to him. And eventually, they're like, okay, good, success. And so they leave the church, chat, and they go out into the woods, and we get the narration. You may have heard this story before, but this, my friends, this is the true story. This is the start of Robin Hood. This is a goddamn prequel. Like the part where now we're gonna get to actual Robin Hood shit, chat, like in the forest, running away from the law and all that. Now they pulled the same thing that Ridley Scott pulled all the way back in the day. It's like, this story has many tales, but this is the real one. It's like, are you fucking serious? Hey, Huns, when you have yeah, whatever. Thank you, Chris Harris. Thank you for the clarification. Who was that, chat? There is no globe. Well, thank you for the follow, good sir. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. My new Huckleberry. So they do the hell shit. But chat, it's not over. It's not over. Because they go in the forest and fucking Robin and Maid Marian there start smooching. Friar Tuck and Jamie Foxx finally have a scene together because, Jamie Foxx, he's Little John. They smooch. Now, they don't smooch, but they talk a little bit. But chat, there's an epilogue. Whatever happened to Will? Oh, we find out, chat. Because we see that Will, he stayed at Locksley Manor, and he's looking like goddamn Harvey Dent Two-Face. He's not looking too good now, chat. And who's also at the manor, chat? The goddamn cardinal from the church. And he's like, sir, I've heard about how they have wronged you, the horrible things that have happened to you. But I know that you are a man of honor when you agreed to meet me here. And so, I wanted to present you a position, my friend. Something that has just opened up, an office that is definitely for your calling. He's like, what office is that? The Sheriff of Nottingham. This is the true Sheriff of Nottingham, chat. Will becomes the Sheriff of Nottingham. Ben Mendelsohn, he was a fucking placeholder. He was just some jabroni no one cares about. Will becomes Sheriff of Nottingham. And he just gets out there. He's like, all right, motherfuckers. Things are about to change, okay? The first thing on the docket, I want to find Robin Hood. I want the severed heads and the gutted corpses of all these supposed merry men. I want them laid before me. His face, terrible makeup, by the way, Chad. It's like his face is all melty and his ears just like a big glob of skin. It's so bad. And I want them as soon as possible. But chat, fucking Robin, he's already there, chat, and he's like, because he holds out the poster, it says Robin Hood. Oh, the actual name, Robin Hood. And Robin's like, I'm coming for you too, Sheriff. Boom! He does the machine gun arrow, chat. I mean, he probably just killed him right there. Wouldn't make sense. But he hits the fucking poster, and they have a goddamn standoff like, yeah, I see you, mano y mano. Sequel, except there wasn't a sequel, chat, because this movie was a commercial and critical disaster. One of the biggest of all time. And that, my friends, is Robin the Hood 2018. This is a terrible film. It has little value. Outside of maybe a couple of humorous moments. I mean, I love the fucking broom handle story that Ben Mendelsohn told to Taron Egerton. That was a little fun, but yeah, this is just a bad movie, Chad. There's no reason to see this. There are infinitely better Robin Hood films or English folktale adaptations out there for you to see. I mean, matter of fact, you can go ahead and check out some of the old Robin Hood movies. Fucking check out Mel Brooks' film. Or check out the Disney animated one where he's a fox. I mean, these are all infinitely better than this movie. This is not worth the chat. I would give this... I'm not even giving a fuck you, because it's like, I can at least admire that. Like, clearly money went into this. A lot of effort went into this movie. It just didn't work. It didn't really amount to anything. So I can't give it a fuck you, chat. I would just give it, it's a some old bullshit. It's a some old bullshit film. That's what I would give it, chat. But Kevin Costner, the thing is, like, there are some things, like, I love, Alan Rickman is amazing in that film, but Kevin Costner is not. He doesn't even give a shit. I'm not going to do an English accent. Like, I have no idea why they cast him in that movie. That was terrible casting. But Alan Rickman was great. He saves that film. Like, I'd give that movie probably like a matinee. But this is terrible. This is terrible, Jeff. So I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. But I have to jump in to my cartoon review, chat. Spider-Man Episode 15, The Battle of the Insidious Six. Before we get that, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my beverage. But please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves. I shall return. This was my dad that made me want to barf. just like Robbie's trying. That's what he's doing in the film. Chat.